Today's Friday. July 15th. And, yeah. So, I don't really know what it's all about, and I don't know the details. But, and I don't know what to do. And I don't think there's anything really that specifically I can do, or should do, or am supposed to do. Besides just, I don't know, just don't do anything. And, I don't know what it's like for them. I can't imagine. And I don't know the whole story. But they've got people around them, I'm sure, that understand, that already know the situation, have been there. And, the whole time. It's not a surprise to them. They've just, it is part of their world, part of their reality. Now it's just, it's news to me. It doesn't mean that it's new. It just means I just found out. Or just, actively became aware. Because I always kind of thought there was, well, that's strange. And I just chalked it up to being, artistic license, or creative writing, or metaphor, or allegory, or linguistics, or cultural differences. It's a strange way to put things. And I don't really feel like talking in detail or going into simplifications. It's just a lot of things make more sense in hindsight. And I feel selfish to, feel angry or sad. And just that I understand from my own perspective about learning things. Too late for them to be of any good, or much good at least, as much as what it could have been, but we don't get a say in that. We just get to make use of the time that we get with the information that we have at our disposal at the time. And then, oh, that's good enough, because it has to be good enough, because there isn't anything else. And it's like, I've been thinking about reincarnation, that kind of stuff, past lives, next lives, things like that. It's like, I think I already used up some of the next one, if there is one. Or I might have opted out and gotten, I don't know exactly. There's a loophole there somewhere. So it's like, I don't know. But I was thinking about for the one that follows, can I go too? For the one that's waiting, come along now. And for the one who dreams, now is the time. So, I don't know what to make of it. But I had a full day of work, and then I read that, and then I got home, and I got something to eat, and then took a long sleep, and then I've woken up. Well, I did some laundry. Yeah, I did laundry, and I've added it to the pile, because that's what I do. I just have a pile, and it's just off camera, and I usually just tidy it up, so the pile is not visible, but there's a pile. I don't fold clothes. I don't put clothes away. I have a draw pile. It's clean. It's clean clothes. And I probably could find the energy if I forced myself to, but I don't force myself to. I try not to force myself to do things, because it doesn't end up good, because it accumulates. So, I've got a pile. So, I'm okay. There's nothing. I don't know how to. I just can't imagine. I mean, it's not new to them. They're the ones that are living it. It's just new to me. And I just. Like, how do they feel? It's like, there's like really nothing, and I don't know what the situation is. I guess everything that could be done has been done, and there's just. And she just seems so, well, angry. I would be too. I'd be, well, I'm angry already, about my own stuff, which I don't even. If there's something going on with me, it's like I'd just rather not know, and just, But they're still trying. They've still got life to live, and things to do, and they don't have time to wallow in mire, in self-pity and sadness. There's still life left, and time is precious. And they spent some of it with me. And they've got a really good family, from what I've seen, supportive and attendant. Um, so they're being taken care of. They will be okay. And there's nothing really I can do besides what I'm already doing. So I'll just keep doing that. I would go for a run, but I ran yesterday. And I have some other stories to tell, but now's not the time. and it would feel, I don't know, disrespectful to, or it's like, I don't know, I would just have to put dots or something, like alluding that there's something I'm not talking about in favor of something else, because I don't know how to talk about something else yet. And I'm probably just not going to talk about it. It's like, I don't know how. It's like, I shouldn't talk about it. It's not mine to talk about. So, I didn't mean to meet them. This random person that I saw them, they posted on um, the oddly autistic Facebook group a fireside chat um, about an excerpt from, oh, I forget his name, an author, a science fiction author. I can't remember his name, but it was just them reading the excerpt from like the back of the book or something. And at the time they were still, I guess, fresh from a breakup of a relationship of 7 years, and they were alone. And there was a point in the video, their own annotation, they mentioned that there is a point in the video where you can hear their voice break a little bit. And I don't remember if I read that first and then watched the video, or watched the video and then read that, but I didn't comment on it. But I did hear it. And I did notice it. And that was, I think, the first thing that got my attention. That little tremble of reality. That there was a real person there with real feelings, going through a real situation, and they were just dealing with it. Which is what I do, is I just deal with things. And I don't know how to deal with things, I just deal with them. And I didn't used to deal with them very well, and now I deal with them better, but not well. Sorry. And I know it's not about me, and all that stuff, but I'm allowed to feel. And I don't know. This does change something. And it's a thank you. I'm glad I found out. Or I'm glad it was told to me, or shared with me in a way that I would understand. Because I just didn't understand. Or I didn't want to. Or I couldn't. I would have preferred to just think them a mean person, just like everybody else. Or, the people that I tend to meet, who I don't, and, like, oh, I can just explain all their behavior away as, It's like, no, no, not so easy. There's always more going on than meets the eye, and a lot of times if I'm being treated in ways that it's like, most times I just leave people alone. And their story is not for me to know, and I don't really have the energy or attention to want to get to know them well enough to be privy to their story. And it's like, I don't have time for everybody's story, and there's too many stories and too many people. But this is what I chose. I followed. And I worry, I hope unfoundedly, am concerned that I pushed too far, too hard. I think I almost did. But then I stopped. I hope. I think they're okay. I think I stepped away and they seemed like they're fine, as well as anybody could be, I suppose. And they still have time left. They still have time. It feels like they have. I mean, they might have more time than I do. The way I do things. It is hard to tell. So, I guess I don't really have much more to say. None of this was, I don't, I'm glad I'm in. It has been a charged and provocative encounter. I'm glad for it. It's helped me, and I hope I've helped them. I don't know. I think so. I think mostly once I got over myself a little bit, just working on it. I think my writing has helped them some way. I don't know how. Maybe, they don't feel as alone or misunderstood, maybe. I know they have people around them and they're loved, but it's like maybe, I was able to provide some extra complimentary content that it's like, oh, so and it's like there are other people experiencing the same kind of thing, just in different places, in different times, in different contexts, in different cultures. It lets me know too. So I let them know. So I said hi. It's an unfortunate trend of autistic lives. I don't know if it's more common for late diagnosed to have. Yeah, I think it is. It's like I didn't find out until I was, just 3 years ago. And some people don't find out until very, very late. And it's like the anger. And it's like all that suffering, just all that misunderstanding, all that misinterpretation. What could have been done earlier? It's like, people did the best they could, and stuff like that. It doesn't help it exactly, and it doesn't forgive it either. Anyway, I'm gonna go, I guess. Go do something else. tired of hearing myself talk, and I don't want to look at myself. So I'll go clean up a little bit or something. And yeah, and then I'll, probably sleep for a little while, and then I'll go to work in the morning, and yeah, and like I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'll just wait a bit and just kind of see how things happen. But I'm not going to disappear. I'm not going to disappear. I'm not going to disappear. Okay. Good night.